Coming to you live from the palatial studios of PBJ Productions. Welcome to Patrick and BJ Talk Real Estate, where we talk about life, the universe, and everything as it relates to real estate. Hey everybody, it's BJ.
And Patrick.
And we're here talking about all things real estate. So thank you for joining us. If you haven't, please take a minute and like the video and subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow the channel, and also it makes sure that you're aware of the new videos as we post them. What are we doing right now? A couple of videos a week? 3 videos a week?
Or 2 videos a week.
2 videos a week?
That's we've been doing that for a few months now.
Cool.
Yeah. We did more at Christmas time. There was a little bit like Christmas, New Year's, 3.
Right. Sure.
So, yeah.
Excellent.
But 2 is kind of what we're going for right now.
So we want to, keep you informed. And sometimes we're going to do some fun stuff. Sometimes we're going to do some, I think, we both think some really cool inspirational stuff where we talk to, whether it's people who've started businesses or people who, managed to buy their first home or second or third, but just all about how they did it. And, we want to encourage everybody that this is, this is a good time. Think about it this way. This really is the greatest day to be alive. Like, who would want to, just go back to when we were kids. How did you get a hold of somebody? You had to phone like with a dial phone, and you had to ride your bike over to their house and bang on their door. I was just going to say that. I would just ride my bike over. Right. Right? You like, if they're home, they're home. If they're not, like, you try the next friend's house. Right. Yeah. And eventually you find them all somewhere. Yeah. That's just how it went. Right. So today, what do? Sorry, you can't see that. Today it's text or, and so it's great, right? The conveniences that we have, I appreciate them personally. I heard about, back in the day in the world of real estate, that they'd carry around this big old book of all the... it was like a telephone book, printed every week at the real estate board. Right, of all the listings. That's right. Where did you hear that? Somebody who'd done the... I think I joined just after they got rid of it. Okay. Because even for appointments, like, hey Patrick, or hey BJ, I want to look at these listings. Everybody's looking online right now. This address, that address, this MLS number, that MLS number. So we would have to call every single agent. We'd call their office if we didn't have the cell number. Right. Hey, is BJ Brahmacharie there? No, he's not available. Can you get him to call me back? And then they would message you. They would text you or message you from the office, and then you call the other agent back. And then, how about this time? Does this time work? Hold on, I have to call the seller. And then you're waiting for all the confirmations, and then you finally get back to your client, right? Right. Where now it's just like, it's basically we have our own text messaging system. Yeah, touch base, right? Touch base, and it's so much easier, right? Yeah. Oh, our clients, our listings, our seller clients can get those messages directly and reply to them now to confirm messages. Right. That's crazy. Yeah. It's so much easier than it used to be. And the funny thing is, for me, somebody was telling me about that who, it's funny, right? It's like, the whole thing that we got from our parents. And I tell my daughter sometimes, when I went to school, I walked uphill both ways in the snow, right? Jokingly. Right, yeah. It was kind of that same idea of what they were saying to me is, oh, you guys have it easy when we started in real estate. Because for me, I'm about 10 years in now. You're longer than almost 20 years in. Right. So yeah, I can't believe it. So, yeah, but I was selling real estate since I was a fetus, so I'm still pretty young, right? There you go. Hey, but you know what we want to talk about today, aside from what's happening in the world of technology, but we want to talk about what's happening in the world of the market, and especially going into the new year now, and what we're hearing about interest rates and what that means towards the market. I guess the first thing is we are expecting the 26th of January to be the date that we hear about the next interest rate bump. Yeah, Bank of Canada. Yeah. And, what we're hearing is it's going to be either 1/4% or 0.5%. I think it seems to be more like 1/4% is what we're hearing. I think we're all expecting 1/4%, and we're all prepared for 0.5%, right? Right. Yeah. And following which they're saying that's it for the rest of this year. So the projection is by the end of the year that they will start to lower interest rates.
Yeah, well, all of this increasing interest rates has tried to like cool off our inflation.
Right.
But it seemed like the Bank of Canada has rushed to increase those rates,
right,
without giving it time to see how that increased interest rate will affect inflation.
Yeah.
At least now, if they let it go for a year,
right,
like if it's just flat, then I'm kind of looking forward to that, like
right,
some predictability.
Sure.
How about that?
And it's typically 3 to 6 months after an interest rate adjustment before the market catches up and the economy catches up and we see the results of that.
Right. So if you were in the buying process right now and you're writing offers, maybe you don't have a written offer yet, your mortgage broker or your bank, a lot of times they can hold the interest rate you can get currently,
right,
prior to the bump up in interest rate.
Right.
So then, but you have a limit of, let's say it's like 60 days or so,
right, sure,
to close on a property.
Sure.
So there's a delayed effect
Sure.
there as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for the market? I think one of the things is we're starting to see, it's not blazing fast, but the market is kind of starting to move again. And, I've been in a couple of situations this week where we had multiple offers. We were writing and, we ended up in a situation with multiple offers, which, I think that still comes back to price, location, and property, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, and who is out there in the market, right? So the headlines might have been saying, multiple offers are gone, the market slowed down, or the prices have fallen so much. Well, we still live in Victoria or Vancouver Island. It's a beautiful, desirable place to live,
Sure.
move to.
Yeah.
I think people will not stop coming here unless there's not enough work. But I think with the popularity of remote work,
Yeah.
this is always going to be a desirable
Sure.
place to live in Canada.
Sure. And, and Victoria's economy is driven by three things. IT, which can be location independent.
Biggest sector right now.
Right. Yeah. Number two is the government.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say they're not going away.
Yeah.
And number three is tourism. And we are seeing the tourism bounce back in the last year.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we know that's going to come as well. So, the future's looking. It looks good. It's not horrendous. It's not, the world is not ending. How about that? And in terms of the market, this is a good time to buy if you can navigate the interest rates and whatever's happening with that. This is a good time to buy. We've talked about this before, that the market prices maybe are down because of the interest rate. What will happen when the interest rate goes down?
You showed me the best chart earlier today of historical interest rates. And what was it in 2009? Even 2009 or 2008, we had higher interest rates than we have right now.
Right.
So wait a minute, that was just after a peak. Oh, that's funny. We're just coming out of a peak on prices.
Sure.
And then interest rates tended to go down all the way up until just recently, where they started bumping up again.
Sure. And I think you had told me before that when there's been a downturn in the market, the history is, for Victoria, within 12 to 18 months, there's been a rebound, and it's typically the prices have rebounded to higher than it was before the downturn.
Yeah, every time. About a year and a half, exactly. Somewhere in that space.
Yeah.
And I think with this interest rate, if we do level off, that'll give us an opportunity for the market to find its legs.
Yeah.
What's going to happen with the particular properties? Ones that need excessive repair will be driven or pushed down further in price.
Sure.
So it'll appear as the price of homes will be going down. The ones that are in good condition, good location, all of those kind of things will best endure this price challenge, is what I'm going to call it. They're going to hold their prices the best compared to the ones that need the most amount of work.
Of course.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the high end properties tend to go on a pendulum of they increase the most amount of money. They also decrease the most amount of money on the pendulum swing back.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think it'll artificially look like our average price will be down.
Right.
But the average house that's still in good condition will still be, similar in price, I think.
Right.
You still have to pay for good product, right?
Right. So let's put that all back together with where we at now. I still think it's a great time to buy.
Definitely.
And especially in the Victoria and Greater Victoria and Vancouver Island area, it's a great time to buy. And if you're thinking about another market and you have questions about it, certainly reach out to us, because we probably have contacts in those markets that we can connect you with, that can help you with
trusted resources.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
And so we can certainly do that. But you know what? What does that mean for you if you're out there saying, "Gee, is this? What do I do in this market?" Proceed as normal. I think there's a great opportunity here to get great value in a home that you've done nothing but lived in the next 6 or let's say 12 to 18 months.
So let's say another, yes, absolutely, year and a half.
Right. So, so thank you for joining us. That was just talking about, like we said, what's going on with the interest rates and what's happening with the market. But we're happy to talk about anything else that you might have questions about. Please put it in the comments. If you haven't, and we just mentioned it at the beginning, please take a few minutes and just subscribe to the channel, like the video. And if you think anybody else that might be interested in some of the things we're talking about, put it out to them too, so that they can catch it and we can grow the channel.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next video.
See ya.